Hey, welcome to Fantasy Dream Homes. And today we're heading to Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, kids, well, we got a lot to cover here, so let's get going. Today we're going to check out a fantasy dream home in Las Vegas, Nevada. So let's head into Las Vegas. And it's a desert climate. And if we back out real quick, just, for a basic geography lesson, just so you know. Las Vegas is at the bottom tip or bottom point, or near the very bottom point of the state of Nevada. And I wish the borders were a little bit darker there so you can see. But there's the point. It comes down like this, comes and makes a little jag, comes down right here. And this is the state of California. So let's go ahead and zoom in. The fantasy dream home we're looking at today is on the west side of Las Vegas. And I'm just stopping right there just to show you. So let's zoom in a little closer. You're going to see a whole bunch of golf courses here. And when I pull up, so here's our property. And right here, you can see two holes of a golf course. One here and one here. Okay? You actually see two golf carts out there and a golfer right there. When we pull up our home notes, this particular house is going for about $7 million. Okay, I've done the conversions. I'll post them here, for Canadian, New Zealand dollars, Australian dollars, euros, and of course the British pound sterling. So here's our property. It's 6 beds, 9 baths, 12,000 and change square feet. That's a lot of square footage. All sitting on almost 7/10 of an acre. And it was built in 2005. Lots of features with this house. It's a mountain desert landscape. So as you could see, I'm going to back out here just for a minute. So you're going to see there's your terrain starting, your hills, and considerable significant hills. And then you get into the bona fide mountains here. So, and we're going to expand a little bit more on that later. There was actually a very famous plane crash in this particular mountain that we'll talk all about. And that's, it's about 15 miles to the southwest of where our property is located. It's a very interesting story, so stay tuned to the end of the video and we'll get into that. So back to our property, and never liked it when Google Earth does that angle thing, but so some of the features, the back property has a view of Bear's Best Golf Course, and I didn't know what that was. So as always, when I don't know, I look and I see right here Bear's Best Las Vegas. It's actually the name of a golf course, okay? It's made up of 18 holes, hand-selected by Jack Nicklaus from his 270 designs worldwide. So it's somewhat of a notable golf course. And there you see some people. The high five is old when you see old white people high-fiving each other. That's when you know a trend is dead, officially. It's time to get it up. And this guy looks like he's trying to get a high five, and she's in the mood for a fist bump, so whatever. So Anyway, all right. So, going on to our description of our property. So, it features an underground 10-car garage. Well, there's your wow. 6 ensuite bedrooms, 6 ensuite bedrooms. And we learned in earlier videos that that means that each bedroom will have a full bath connected to that bedroom. Which, in the property of this price range, wouldn't you expect it? Seriously, would you ever put a half bath or no bathroom with a bedroom on a property of this price range? It says that there's a stunning oversized master retreat, and I don't know what that means, so maybe we'll know when we get into the photos. Multiple lofts and dens, a library office, large theater room, climate-controlled wine cellar. And why is that important? Well, if you watch Columbo, which is my favorite detective show, watch the one called Any Old Port in a Storm. It's a great detective show in itself, and this particular episode was a good one because it explained a lot about wine and why. And one of the keys to solving the murder was the climate-controlled wine cellar. And I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts or anything like that. I'm not going to give anything away. So watch the episode when you get a chance. It's a good episode. All right, so moving back to our house description. So you get all kinds of stuff here besides just houses. All right, so climate control wine cellar, elevator, cool, pub style bar, expansive wraparound terrace on the second level, okay. Workroom with built-in furniture, okay. Looking forward to seeing that. Laid back second family room with wet bar. Laid back. Isn't that term dead? Isn't that a 1980s term? People are still saying laid back? I haven't heard it in decades. In the backyard, there's a built-in fire pit, sports court, outdoor kitchen, covered patio space with ceiling fans and misters, and hopefully we'll check those out, in a pool spa. So that's a complete description of what we can expect to see. And let's get back to our property and start looking at some pics of the property. And it would go up to Google Earth real quick. Not a particularly, huge, 7/10 of an acre. So not a big piece of land. The views are probably going to be, well, I guess we'll wait and see. Let's wait and see. So let's get to looking at our property. So this is, by the way, you're going to see this really annoying graphic here. Greater Las Vegas Area Realtors, GLVAR 2018. And they put this right in the center of every picture. It's so annoying to look at. Very contemporary look at home. Absolutely beautiful stonework. Really practical. And this is what I like to see. You do the landscaping that is indicative of the environment where you are at. So, for example, if you're in Ireland, well, great, then put lots of grass all over the place. But when you're in desert country, do not put Kentucky bluegrass surrounding your house. It is terrible for so many reasons. And the biggest of which, it is an enormous waste of water. Just use desert plants that are used to growing and thriving in the environment in which you're building. Okay, so let's go on. So there's your surroundings, and you're going to have views of mountains all around you, and desert, of course. And this is going to be the back property area, and looks like that's your pool area. I still don't see a master retreat. That's your sports, what they refer to that as, a sports area. The sports court. So let's hopefully we'll get more than that shot. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to be an entrance. Lots of stone, and it's sort of an impressive, but at the same time, what I do kind of like about it. So you got a doorway here, and boom, you can go in. You can immediately go left or right into two different parts of the house, or come this way from where we're standing right now. Okay, so there's the grand staircase, which also you sort of expect to see in a house like this. And so we're going to see lots of high-end style rooms. I got to tell you, I love the drapery. And I would like a shot of that ceiling because I want to know what that is up there. Did they paint that on, or is that some kind of molding? I don't know. Let's keep going. It's a rectangular room. Boy, that's gorgeous. That drapery is just fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. So are the archways and these doors and the beautiful woodwork. Very nice. And the molding along separating the walls from the ceiling. They're gorgeous. Looks like you got a step up there. Or two steps. There's two steps up there on that stonework. Okay, and I'm wondering what that room is back there. Oh, boy, paneled and backlit ceiling. I love this. This is gorgeous. This is about a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 in my opinion at a ceiling. Absolutely beautiful. Whoever did lighting, it almost looks like they hired a lighting expert. Really knew what they were doing. Huge painting over the fireplace. Really cool looking. So this is your office / study. Very, very gorgeous. I mean, beautiful woodwork. It's very beautiful. Not crazy about the carpet. Not crazy about the carpet at all. I mean, that's very... I would go with maybe like a solid color with bordering patterns, but anyway, let's go on. And I don't like this. Here's why. You know how much echo you're going to get in this? So this is a formal dining room. You got stone floors. You got almost nothing on these walls. They look like padding. But to me, and it's a long, narrow room. There's going to be so much echoing going on here, just from an audio standpoint. And there's nothing really to look at here. But considering you don't use these rooms very often, I guess, so what? Love the ceilings. Love the woodwork floors. And is that a sunken floor? It is. Because look, you step up. And that's stone. It's surrounded by stone. Very, very nice. Gorgeous drapery again. It's a beautiful, laid-back room. Oh, they got a big opening. They have these glass panel doors that slide open and close. See, and that's taking advantage of your environment. When you have the environment, see, you don't have to worry about mosquitoes or bugs. In dry environments, you don't really get a lot of flying insects. Not like you do where there's places with lots of trees and marshes and stuff like that. That is gorgeous, and you can leave it open. It must be absolutely amazing in the cooler months. Obviously in the summer months, you're going to leave those closed. Very, very nice. Very comfortable. Very inviting. All this furniture looks almost as beckoning, It's very relaxed. You can get lots of people in this giant sort of conversation pit. very nicely designed. Okay, so here's your recreation room, and interesting color choices, and I applaud them for this. Looks like they definitely hired a decorator because these colors are all kind of working together, aren't they? It is cool looking, and they do the recessed ceilings in every room. Boy, I like that. Okay, here's your climate controlled wine cellar. It's smaller than I would have expected, but bigger than my wine cellar, which is no wine cellar. Kitchen, and I have a problem with kitchens that are so formal looking. Look at the stone floors and all the fancy drapery and stuff, and that design on the back wall. It's just, to me, are people actually going to cook in here, or are you just going to come in and look and, it just is so formal looking. Gorgeous ceilings too, Another angle of the kitchen, and these are double wides. That's probably a freezer, and this is probably a full size freezer, and that's probably a full size refrigerator. Could be a full size either or, So double wall oven, very cool. I believe that's a double wall oven, or that could be a microwave, and that could be I don't know. And just another shot of the kitchen. Lots of detail going on here. And you gotta like this again. I love the way they really took advantage of their environment. So the big open doors. Not too keen on this room. This is looks like a his and hers office or a study. Oh my gosh, no, there's more. 1, 2, 3, 4 that we can see. 4 desk areas for multiple people to come in and I can't imagine really using that. Wouldn't you? You're gonna want to go to a sort of central room where everybody sits. I could see this in a regular office, but not in a home. I would rather see a desk be put in each individual bedroom. I can't imagine a family's going to congregate in a room like this to do their computing. So this is a master bedroom. I like so many things about this. I really like the recessed ceiling with the hidden lighting. The drapery is fabulous. The fireplace, it's a little fancy for my taste, but it is a beautiful fireplace, no doubt about it. And I absolutely love, again, the sliding glass doors. Another view. Beautiful room. Is that a carpeted floor? Huh. Well, good for them. I like the carpeting too. Glad they don't put stone everywhere. Okay, so here's your master bedroom, and I'm wondering, is that a see-through fireplace? Big tub, vanity table over there, gigantic mirror, interesting stone floor. This is a spa. Those are massage tables. So, and they put a fireplace and a TV in there. Interesting. Family not recreation room, but this is your theater room. Love the large leather theater sectional. Great big comfy place to sit. Okay, this is the theater room. This is obviously a TV room. This is a theater room. Okay. And they're expecting a lot of guests, aren't they? This is, and they're using the overhead projection, which is really, is anybody even using these anymore? I mean, that's yesterday's technology, because now those projection screens aren't nearly as good as the high def screens. And high def screens, that's even small for a high def. You can get big, or you can do a whole wall of high defs, and they have the ability to link them all together and to make one giant high def. So, okay, so here's the top of our staircase and a beautiful skylight. Love it. Boy, it's somebody really does their. And there's another staircase leading up, and that's what they did say in the description, that there were lots of lofts and multiple. Let's see, multiple lofts and dens. And so here's that's going to be a loft up there, and we got a drummer. Okay, good for you. Problem is, you're gonna have to keep those doors closed because you're on such a small property. Your neighbors will hear you drumming. Okay, and so this is that expansive deck surround that they were talking about. Expansive wraparound terrace. It's pretty big, definitely. Oh, nice jacuzzi, or hot tub if you want to call it that, with the swimming pool. And there's your court, your basketball court. And it has, in case you didn't know, that's the college three-point line right there. It comes to the top of the... and there's your sunken fire pit. Very nice. I would almost rather put furniture around. I think people would rather sit in furniture than sit on a piece of hard stone. You know, that's okay for a few minutes, but if you want to sit out there for hours, I'd rather sit in a comfortable lounger chair like this that's more comfortable than a piece of stone. That's just me. I think comfort's huge with me. Okay, so you got your golf course, and if that's not, even though it's just right up the road or whatever, here you have a putting green where you can practice your putting, and a little sand trap, it appears. Another shot of the outdoors, and those are the neighbors over there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful landscaping. And there's your outdoor kitchen area. It's going to have a full kitchen outdoors. You know it will. Another shot. I mean, there's plenty of room for parties and things like that. And that is your 10-car underground garage, right? Yes. Why not? Keep your cars from baking in that incredible hot sun in the summer, and take good care of them. Your good cars. So, a $7 million dream home in Las Vegas, Nevada. You'll have to let me know what you thought of the home. We're only doing one home today because we got a lot of other topics I want to cover for you. So, I wanted to also take this time to do a couple other things. And one was, I wanted to, because this real estate market in Las Vegas, obviously, as far as exclusive homes, they lowered this over $1 million. It's more of a buyer's market. So if you're a seller, it is really important to get yourself a good real estate agent. Now, the firm that they're highlighting here is Berkshire Hathaway, and I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but that's Warren Buffett's company out of Omaha, Nebraska, and apparently they have a holding company called Berkshire Hathaway Nevada Properties. But regardless of who you choose to be your agents, I always recommend, there's things I always recommend before you buy any home. And one is you start off the process and get yourself a real estate agent. And then two, have the home inspected, so you hire a home inspector. And then three, you hire a real estate attorney who specializes that in real estate acquisition. So I found this article, and there's lots of articles like this, and I'm not going to discuss the whole thing, but I found it on The Balance by Elizabeth Weintraub, the top 10 reasons to hire a real estate agent. I'm just going to go over a couple of them. And I love this quote she uses. She says, Henry Ford once said that when you hire people who are smarter than you, it proves you are smarter than they are. And she says the trick is to find the right person, and we'll go over that in another episode, but about how to find the right real estate agent. But there are really, really important reasons. You want to get somebody who's really experienced with real estate, obviously. And then somebody who knows the market. It can end up saving you so much trouble and time if you get an agent who knows the area. And then another thing is you get somebody who is good at negotiating, somebody who's been through this before. So I'll put this, there's 10 reasons here. I'm going to put this in the show notes. It's worth, I strongly recommend that you hire a real estate agent. And in any time, whether you're buying or selling. And by the way, I've been through all three. One of the real estate purchases I was involved in was a FSBO, which is a for sale by owner. And that's where there's no real estate agent involved. So it's just you and the owner. So that was an interesting experience. I'd like to take just a moment to talk about the Fantasy Dream Homes Pinterest page, and I would love it if you would take the time to visit. This is something we've been working on for quite some time, and it's a work in progress, and it always will be. There are so many boards you should check out. We're trying to make it the destination to go to for any type of luxury home or dream home that you want to see. So, for example, right here you see our Swimming in Style page, our board. You click on that board, and it opens up, and all kinds of really cool swimming pools and things like that that are the ultimate in swimming. Here's another cool thing we're working on. One of it is architectural styles of homes. So you click in this board, and it opens up, and boom, there's all kinds of other boards, and you can say, well, let's show me Victorian homes. So those kind of look interesting. You pop that open, and you can look at this and go, you know what? That's exactly the kind of home we're looking for. It'll help you with architectural styles. I mean, because I don't claim to be an expert. But one thing I'm very good at is researching and putting together information. And I'm trying to make not just the YouTube channel, but the Pinterest page the go-to place to provide you all of the educational information you can need when it comes to home ownership, home buying, and home selling. So the Pinterest page is going to be that. And like I said, it's a work in progress. So, for example, right now we only have one image for grand entryways. I'm going to work on a page for Cellar Bath and Kitchen. I'm a huge believer in their products. They're manufactured 75 miles right up the road here, so I want to get working on that. All kinds of pages that are, work in progress. The walk-in closets. So, and you know what? This doesn't cost you anything. You can search for, this is our URL here, pinterest.com/fantasydreamhomes. And, even if it's always in the show notes. So if you forget if you forget the URL, we always put it in the show notes so you can just click on it. And we always put it at the end screen, on the ending credits. So you'll have that information. But we invite you to please start following us on Pinterest. It doesn't cost you anything. And, become a member of our community and more than just on the YouTube channel. And likewise, we'll be doing, working with other social media outlets like Facebook and probably Instagram eventually, when I get up to speed on that. So, but I hope to see you over on our Pinterest page, Fantasy Dream Homes, soon. And the last thing I want to show to you, which I thought was interesting, it's a cool story of Carole Lombard. And Carole Lombard was an actress from the 30s and very early 40s who tragically died in a plane crash. And she tended to play comedian-type roles, comic roles. And she was married to two Hollywood stars. One was Clark Gable, and that was her last husband. She died while she was married to him. And before that, she was married to William Powell, and that's actually one of my favorite movies with both of them, My Man Godfrey. A very 1936, very, very old movie from the early days of Hollywood. Funny comedy. But what was interesting particularly was the circumstances surrounding her death. So, when the U.S. entered the World War II at the end of 1941, Lombard traveled to her home state of Indiana for a war bond rally with her mother, Bess Peters, and Clark Gable's press agent, Otto Winkler. Well, so she raised the equivalent of what would be today is $33 million, and then they were ready to head home back to Hollywood. And so when they were getting ready to go to L.A., she wanted to get home quickly, so she wanted to fly. And her mother and Winkler were both afraid of flying, and they wanted to stick to the original travel plans, so Carole Lombard suggested they flip a coin. They did, and she won the toss. So it was in the early morning hours, they left, and they got on one of these TWA flights that used to be called Transcontinental and Western Air, and then TWA eventually bought it. And they flew on what was called an Air Douglas DST, a Douglas Sleeper Transport. Can you believe you used to sleep on planes back then? Well, I guess now you can in some of the first class planes. And after leaving Las Vegas, this is what it says, TWA Flight 3 took off at 7:07 p.m. and around 13 minutes later crashed into Double Up Peak near the 8,300 foot or 2,530 meters level of Potosi Mountain, which is southwest of Las Vegas. All 22 aboard, Lombard and her mother included, plus 15 Army servicemen, were killed instantly. And that happened right from... And the thing was, it was all decided by a coin flip. And also the pilot, it was such a preventable death. Here's the mountain that they crashed into, this Potosi Mountain. and preventable in that all they had to do was fly over the mountains, and they were leaving in the evening at 7 at night in January. It would be dark. It would be very dark. And they probably crashed into somewhere in these, against these rock-faced cliffs of this mountain. So, but just interesting story of, you know, a coin flip basically decided her death and the death of her mother and her and Clark Gable's agent Otto Winkler. So that's the end of Carole Lombard's life, and that is our fantasy dream homes episode of the day. Hoped you liked the home. If you did, please comment, and please leave comments how we can improve the show. We're always interested in having a better channeling for you. But until the next time. Well, we covered a lot of ground on that video. So we saw Fantasy Dream Home, and we showed you our Pinterest page and told you about the advantages of hiring a real estate agent, how important that is. And we just covered one Fantasy Dream Home, and love to get your feedback if you still want us to see more. Or we're trying to cut down the time on these and keep them a little bit more viewer friendly. So looking to watch just one dream home per video, and want to know what your feedback is on that. All right, so lastly, as always, keep smiling. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.